Hello fellow chartists, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Chartist and today is a Sunday, beginning of a new week. We are blessed and I am going to do a macro level technical analysis, which means I'm going to be looking at the weekly chart. So each candle represent 1 week in the SPY, okay? So let's get this started. So as you can see here, the last 2 weeks, okay, the week of November 1st and the week of November 8th, it was overextended to the upside. As you can see, the SPY was outside of the upper Bollinger Band. Okay, pretty risky going long at these levels, but as long as you enter at support, like I always tell you, and take profits, not a big deal, right? Anyways, so this past week, the week of November 15th, as you can see, pretty much chopped. Okay, we had a choppy week. But here's the good news. The good news is that the SPY is now within the upper Bollinger Band. So we need this cool off. Okay, a lot of times, not always, because sometimes stocks and ETFs can go parabolic. It doesn't always have to make sense. But in this case, it made sense that the SPY chopped a little bit because it needed to cool off. And where it closed within the upper Bollinger Band. So now officially, it's not too overextended to the upside. Okay, we did have SPY go up a little bit past 470, came back down. It almost broke out of this triangle pattern, ascending triangle pattern, but it didn't stay above. It sold right back down. Okay, guys. So we have this cool off, but this triangle pattern is getting very tight. You can see it better on the daily chart, but we're gonna do a macro level today. If we lose this, my first price target would be around 474. Okay, and then we're gonna watch if we get a breakout. Of course, if we get the breakout, because the new week is gonna start here, we get the breakout, we want to see the retest of the breakout before heading up higher. Okay, that's very ugly, I know. Okay, guys, that's if we get the breakout, all right, of this purple resistant line. Okay, we get the breakout from this orange resistant line, which is the resistance of the ascending triangle. First price target's 474. If we lose the ascending triangle, we're gonna see if it'll come and test the 5-week moving average. Okay, so I always talk to you guys about the power of the 5-day moving average. Well, the 5-week moving average can be just as powerful, except it's a weekly, right? So you look, you get a lot of bounces off the 5-week moving average. Okay, a lot of bounces off of that. As you can see, these past few weeks from October 25th, even last week, we didn't really touch the 5-week moving average. So this week, will we get that touch? Keep in mind, the 5-week moving average is currently at 463.4. By the time the weeks start, this moving average will possibly move up a little bit to 464, maybe 465, okay? Either or, we have to watch this level right here, which I've been telling you all week, 467.5. If you lose 467.5, that's a sign that we're going to come down and test the 5-week moving average, which should be around 464 to 465. If we lose that, that's a very bearish sign, okay? And we could head down lower to one of our support levels down here, okay? The previous high was at 454. So if we start here, which is the new week, and it comes down, it could come down to 454, which aligns with this previous high right here. Okay, I also have a price target of 457. So we'll see if we get a bounce at 457. Okay, 457's around there. Okay. Now there was some price action at that level based on the daily chart, which is why I say 457. But of course, we're doing weekly, and if we lose 457, I would look to enter around 454, where the previous high is, and bet to the upside. Because overall, if you look at this, it still is a very bullish trend. Okay, so we want to look for buying opportunities. Of course, if you're a scalper, you can always scalp and bet to the downside. Doesn't mean you're a bear. It just means you like to play both sides. It takes a very experienced and disciplined trader, because you could be wrong. And you want to short from resistance. Most people, they just short wherever because they feel whatever based on a feeling. You don't want to make these decisions based on a feeling. Remember, Trading is not gambling. If people tell you that trading is gambling, just stay away from them. They're probably not profitable traders. Okay? Trading is a business. So you don't want to make business decisions based on a feeling. You want to make business decision based on data, based on the price action. Okay, guys? So that's what I got for the SPY. This is the weekly chart. Remember, if we lose 467.5, we could go back down and test 465, which I think the 5-week moving average will move up and test it. Okay? This upper Bollinger Band was SPY was outside of the upper Bollinger Band, which showed that it's overextended. So it's okay that we got this chop. We needed this chop. Even seasonality predicted that we would get a chop around this time. Okay, will we get that breakout to the upside now that it's not as overextended? Okay, so one more time, if we break this resistant level, which is at 470, now it's currently at 470.9, so we need to break 471. My next price target is 474. If we lose it, this ascending triangle, it could come down to 465, which I think the 5-week moving average will move up. It's currently at 463.4, but the new week is coming out, so it could move up. Okay, so I repeated myself twice. I hope you guys got that. If you didn't, please rewatch that section again. Moving on to triple Q. As you can see, triple Q for the last 3 weeks is overextended. Even this red candle, because it did technically close above the upper Bollinger Band, and upper Bollinger Band just went up because, you know, a new week start, and look where it closed. Pretty overextended. It hasn't touched my price target yet, which is where this resistance level is around. Now it's currently around 406. With the new week starting, it could go up to 408. So I got a price target 408, right? My price target last week was 401. We broke 401, and after that was 404, which I put in my Discord. Okay, I don't say the move after it happens. I say the move before it happens. Anyways, so I got this resistant level right here. It looks a lot better on the daily chart. Looks a lot cleaner and more accurate. But let me see if I can fix it. Okay, so if I fix it to make it fix right here, you can see that triple Q has more room to go up. Okay, but we're gonna keep it back, because I like to use the daily chart more than I like to use a weekly chart. Weekly chart's good for the end of the week or beginning of a new week, so you can see the bigger picture. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is triple Q is overextended, so be very careful. Okay, because if we lose this right here, this previous high, that's where the breakout was. If we lose it, it could come back down and retest the 5-week moving average. Okay, 5-week moving average is currently at 391.5. It'll move up a little bit, maybe to 392, 393. Either way, that's a nice juicy move to the downside if we lose this previous high where this breakout level was, because then it'll be a false breakout. False breakout, like I always tell you, is very bearish. Okay, but if not and it holds, it keeps 408 in play, right, which is around here. Okay, 408 in play, and that's where that will be a good level for you to short. Don't try to short triple Q because, oh, it reached a new all-time high, time to short. No, it's the wrong way to look at it. You gotta identify your resistance level and your support level, and of course your area of liquidity, because a lot of traders, they like to trade based on the structure of the market and the levels. So obviously, if they're gonna enter a resistance off of this resistance level to the downside, they're gonna set their stop loss above. So a lot of time market makers will look to take out the stop losses, and then they'll push it down. Okay, so that's something to look out for. If we get a false breakout here, that's bearish. If we get a false breakout here, that's bearish. Okay, so look to you can look to short around my 408 price target, or if it breaks out and then it's a false breakout, you can look to short there again. Okay, you guys understand that? Right now triple Q is overextended. So if you're gonna trade to the upside, I recommend taking on a smaller position size, okay, because it's very risky right now. Okay, and if you still make profit off a smaller position size and then you get mad because, oh man, I should have went more, I should have used more capital, don't let the greed guide you. Okay, you're gonna make business decision not based on a feeling, but based on the data, based on the price action. Okay, trading is a business. All right, guys, that's what I got for triple Q. Moving on to IWM. A lot of people are trading IWM. People like IWM, but you gotta look. When it broke out from this green resistance line, it was so overextended, as you can see. Even last week, well, 2 weeks ago, on the week of November 8th, we had a red week, but it was still overextended nonetheless. And now this past week, we finally got the close below the upper Bollinger Band. But look where it closed. It closed right at the breakout level. So we at a very critical point for IWM. Okay? We always want to see, after a breakout, a retest of the breakout level. Okay? That's what we get for IWM. But we want to wait to see if it bounces, if it holds. If it goes down, it could take out the area liquidity. Okay? If it goes down and this doesn't hold, that's bearish. But it could just be to take out the area of liquidity. Buy the recapture. If it bounced down and it recaptures, buy that. Also look at the 5-week moving average. It's at 233.9. It might go a little lower this upcoming week. If IWM starts closing above 233.90 and recaptures this 5-week moving average, I would buy that as well and bet to the upside, because now IWM is no longer overextended. Unlike Triple Q is very overextended, SPY is not overextended, but it's still pretty close to the upper Bollinger Band. But IWM is not overextended, and it's at a very critical support level. We do not get bearish at support level. Why? Because support level is where we look to enter and bet to the upside. So many retail traders, they want to bet to the upside at resistance because they catch FOMO. That's where you're supposed to short it. So many retail traders want to bet to the downside at support. That is supposed to be where you enter the bet to the upside. Okay, people doing things backwards. If you guys hear what I'm saying right now, don't be one of those people. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but it's not impossible. Whatever you got to do, find a way to do it right, and then you'll make money. But money's not important. Focus on being the best price action trader you can be. The money will follow, I promise you that. Okay, guys? So, I will be looking for buying opportunities with IWM as long as this green support line holds. If it doesn't, I will cut my loss. If it recaptures it, I will enter again. If you are struggling with PDT rules, okay, because I have over 25,000 in my account. But if you don't have that much, then you need to, one, open another account and fund it. Okay? Or two, go to cash account. There's no reason you have to use that regular account where you can borrow money from your brokerage. You don't need it. Unless you are like to short, because a lot of people that watching my video, they trade options. So you can buy a put if you want to bet to the downside or whatever. You can sell a call too. But if you like shorting, then yeah, keep your account. But if not, get yourself a cash account. You're not going to have to deal with PDT trades. Of course, you can only trade based on how much funds you got. But I'd rather you deal with that than have to like be in a trade, but then you're afraid to sell or buy because you might get hit with PDT rules, and then you'll get restricted for 30 days or something like that. Okay, guys? So I'm just giving you advice, but it's up to you. You guys do what you want to do. That's IWM. Moving on to Bitcoin. Here's a macro level of Bitcoin. This blue line was a support level that I had on the daily chart, okay? As you can see, we have this big red sell-off. Let me move these purple lines. We don't need it right now. Okay, we had this support line right here for the purple line right here, but it broke it and came down. It almost lost this support level right here. Took out the area liquidity if there was any, and it recaptured it. Okay, guys, for me to be bullish again on Bitcoin, because right now it's looking bearish. For me to be bullish, I'm overall bullish on Bitcoin, by the way. But just right now, because, you know, we're trading, right? Short-term stuff. What I want to see is this purple line get recaptured. So if I see Bitcoin above 64K, I'm going to ride it up to the next price target up here, 72, 73K. Too many retail traders, they want to capture the trend before it begins. Okay, they want to bet to the upside before the upside start. They want to bet to the downside before the downside start. You can still make money on the way up. That's why I'd rather wait for this price confirmation. Because yeah, obviously, if Bitcoin does decide to go up and you buy around these level and it goes up to all the way up here to 73K, you make more money than waiting for 64K to be recaptured. But we can't see the future. We don't know what's gonna happen after today. That's why I wait for these price confirmations. I'd rather not assume. I'd rather wait for price confirmation. I'd rather make money on the way up than try to gamble and hope that it goes up or hopes that it go down before the price even makes a move. Okay, guys, it's like playing the game of chess. You got to wait for your opponent to make its move. All right? And right now, your opponent is the market makers out in Wall Street. The market makers are the ones that move the market. They have the liquidity. They have the money to do so. Not me, not you. So if you think retail traders are moving the market, you need to do your research. It's not us retail traders. These are manipulated market from the SPY to QQQ to IWM to even Bitcoin. It's all manipulated. They're manipulated by using their funds and setting up stop losses and resistance level. You think it's us setting up the stop loss and resistance level? It's not us. You think stop loss and resistance level are just randomly created? They're not random. They're created by the market makers. They know what they're doing. They've been doing this for what? Decades. Okay, guys? So anyways, that's what I got for Bitcoin, and that's what I got for today's video. I hope this helped. Get y'all prepared for this upcoming week. God bless. I'll see you all soon.